Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Sarthak Show, where we discuss about tech, career, product and life. And this is another video in our SQL playlist. So in today's video, we'll extend beyond the further topics like we discussed about create table command in the previous classes. We'll go and give an in-depth look of that command. What are the things that you can do, because this is a very crucial command. You will interact with it not very often because generally you will be asking data from the queries, but while creating table you should be very delicate in how you want to create the table, what are the data types to be used, and a lot of different things and parameters that are there present. So we'll discuss all of these things in detail in this video today, and I hope you will enjoy this. And if you have not even subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon near that so that you get a notification every time I put a new video. So yeah, starting with the video itself. In the last video, we discussed about this create table command, where you just have to mention the table name and then a column and that's data type. And there were a couple of data types that we discussed. But let's move into one discussion further and understand what are the various data types available to us as well. And then second, also we would like to discuss about the extra parameters that you can add while creating a table. So for that, we'll need to understand there are certain keywords. I think one of the things that we discussed was about not null, but we will also discuss what are the different things that you can add with the column. So let's start by understanding one of the data types first, and then we can jump onto the other parameters. So we are going to discuss today are different parameters and how they can help you. So let's start by creating one different table, but this time I will be writing an exact query. So create table so this is going to be the simple command as we discussed in the last video, but we will understand what are the different data types today, and also how you can create an exhaustive table with a lot of different columns, different types of column and everything. So we'll go on the actual query side and then we'll understand one of them while creating the table itself. So I'm on my terminal. Let me write create table. Let me create a table with a lot of details. So I'm creating a table person. And why I want to create this table, because I feel that there will be a lot of things that will be required against a person. So this table will help me understand that. So for a person, we will be having, I would say, first name as a name. So let me write a name. And this column will have again a data type, let's say varchar. So we discussed that there was this column varchar where you can have character length variable. For the simplicity's sake, I'm still defining this as a length of 15, but you can have this used everywhere else because this defines a variable length of the column size. So there will be names as in characters coming in this column specifically, and that too of variable length. Next column would be the date of birth, right? So I will write date of birth. But the data type should be, what should be the ideal data type, right? So date of birth would be a date, right? So there exists a call as a data type called date in MySQL. So we are going to use that date. So date is very standard format. You don't have to mention specifically for the default format. So that's why we are writing just date. This will ensure that the column will only contain dates for this particular table. And that is the only purpose of this data type. Let's move to the gender. So basically, you know that a person can have certain gender, right? You know the fixed details, and you want that the value should be only from this specific list. So for example, I would want to give options like male, female and others. Let's keep it that simple. So if I want to do that, then I can write gender and then I can mention that the data type we are going to use is enum. So enum, and this enum data type will ensure that whatever values I have mentioned, this column will only contain values from this set only. else it will throw an error. So let's say I want to give one value as male, okay, another value as male, comma, another value as others. What I have done is that I have mentioned comma separated values, and since I am using strings, I have to put it into quotes. So that's why I have mentioned male. Let's say the values would be different. So these are just comma separated values. Only out of these three values can be inserted in this column. Let's try and take another example. A person could have marital status, right? Married, single, divorced, or whatever. So I will write marital status. Again enum, again values. So I will write single, and then I will mention married. Let's say these are the two types we have right now. Okay, comma. What could be the other values? Let's say there would be a salary coming in. So let's mention a salary, right? And salary, since it cannot be it can be terms of decimal as well. So let me give a holistic number and put it in decimal, right? So decimal. So this is why I have mentioned this decimal. And right now let's just close the column. So this is how my create table person command has been entered, where there are all the specific details in this. So it will have name, date of birth in format date, gender, marital status, and salary. So we are using all the significant data types that are going to be used very commonly. We are mentioning that, and this is how it will function, right? Let me just enter this. Yes, we have created. Now I can write DESC person. Right, now it shows that these are the fields, these are the data types, and then we have null and default values which are mentioned over here. So the field, the values can be null values, and there is no default value that we have mentioned right now. So this is how we have created a table. We'll go into one step further and also go a little bit deep into mentioning that a person should have a unique identity. Let's say I'm creating a person table for my employees or my students, right? So maybe this students table or this employee table should have a unique ID. You as a student have a student roll number, or as an employee has an employee ID, right? So we need to go one step further, and we'll try to understand how you can create such table which have a unique ID. Also, see, the concept is that we call this in MySQL as primary key. Everything that would be referenced would be against a primary key, because it could be a single column, it is a combination of column as well. But anything I have to extract which is unique to that table, which I have to mention that this is a unique row. If I mention I want this value against this unique ID, that should be mentioned as primary key. That's why we have a column called key here when we show a description of the table. If there is a primary key, then we have to define here as well. So we'll understand deep in further lectures as well, and how to implement that. In this particular lecture, we have only focused on how to create tables with this part only. We will also discuss this default values and null in the coming lectures, and also we will try to introduce further more nuances in the create table command. I hope you got the gist of it and you enjoyed this. I will try and push this exact command from the GitHub itself. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. So folks, I want to give you one very big announcement. Newton School has started with their own full stack development course. They want to introduce more about full stack, and this is the best moment for you. They are going to teach you everything from scratch. You are going to learn everything about full stack development, front-end, back-end, and databases, and everything from scratch. And the best part of that is it's a zero fee upfront course, so you don't have to pay anything for joining this course and start. And also you are going to learn about projects, different things in this course. you're going to build some very cool, awesome project for your resume, for your everything, for learning part as well. And the last bit, this is going to be very helpful for you guys, is that they are also going to get you placed at startups and MNCs. So they are going to assist you for your placements, for your jobs as well. You are going to get placed at startups, MNCs and everything. So what's the best deal that you can get? You're going to learn and you're going to get jobs. So you can check out the link in the description box below. It has all the information, all the context, and you can know what they are teaching and what the project that you will be working on. So stay tuned to that, and please check out the link in the description box below.